Hello and good evening. Welcome to our second live training session for Seller Smart Incubation Program. How you're doing today? I hope you are very much as excited as we are, right? Welcome. It's good to have you live here again. How's the program been? I trust from the comments and the feedback we've been receiving, it's been life transforming. You bet that it's been life transforming. Welcome anywhere. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good evening. And it's good to have you on board once again. We are in for another exciting session tonight. And I hope you are very much ready and prepared to receive wonderful and powerful knowledge that will shift your business. I'm sure you are ready. Let me see in the comment section how excited and ready you are. Welcome. It's good to have you here. Welcome to Seller Smart Incubation Program. Today, we are going to be learning about mastering brand storytelling for business growth, right? So get ready, relax, and go and tag other members. Go and tag other participants and ensure that they are in class alongside you, right? We are waiting for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So while we are waiting for everyone to join in, I'm just going to do a quick recap of how this week has been. And for probably you're just joining in and you're wondering what the Seller Smart Incubation Program is about. Well, you are in for a ride. You are in for a ride. Seller Smart Incubation Program is a 6-week incubation program designed to shift your business from where it is now to where it ought to be. And remember, one of her slogans here is we are going from local to global. That's exactly what we are positioning your business for, to move it from a local brand to a global brand. And everything we are doing and you're going to be learning within the 6 weeks incubation program is going to create something called a paradigm shift within you. Because I know that for every change that will occur in your business must first happen within you. Every change that occurs first happens in the mind before it manifests physically. And so that's one of the power of education. And that's what we are providing for you with the Seller Smart Incubation Program. And remember that your active engagement and participation is what will guarantee two things: that you are going to get to the last stage where you have the opportunity to pitch for a 2 million naira grant for your business, and you're also going to experience transformational shift. One thing about the one unique factor about the Seller Smart Incubation Program is that we are not just teaching you what to know, we are also taking you through the process of growth by applying what you are learning. We believe so much in application knowledge, and that's what differentiates most businesses from where they are and this is exactly what differentiates small businesses from big business brands. All those business brands, big business brands that we are seeing today actually started from somewhere. Everybody has a story. There's always a story before a glory. But what are the things that they have done differently? And those are the things that you are also going to learn within the Seller Smart Incubation Program. So you have to stay ready, stay active, and engage. Apply everything that you are learning. And I want to applaud you. We have received amazing feedback from the last session that we had. The classwork the submissions we have received from the classwork has been amazing, and we are so proud of those who are really intentional about building their business. That's the difference that we are waiting to see in your businesses. We want to take your business from local to global. And so you have to promise yourself, you have to show up intentionally, that you promise yourself that I'm showing up for myself, and this year 2025 is going to make all the difference in my business. I'm not just going to sit back and learn what I'm learning. I'm also ready to apply everything that I am learning. And that's why we keep giving you challenges. We keep bringing up the weekly challenges and the classwork. Those things are not just there for you to just, go over them. We want you to see how you are applying the knowledge that you are gaining. And that's what's going to guarantee the transformation that we want to see in your business after 6 weeks. And trust me, a lot can happen within 6 weeks. In fact, 6 weeks is a long time. If you have already begun to apply what you learned in class on Saturday, I can guarantee that you would have started seeing some shift in your business, right? So it's very important that you apply every principle that you are learning within the incubation program. Seller Smart Incubation Program is here for you. We are here for you, and we mean business, right? So who is ready for tonight's session? I am super ready. I love that, Eukaria. I love that. You are super ready. Let me see more comments in the section. I want to see your excitement. I'm not going to bring up the second facilitator if we don't show how ready and excited we are. Yes. Itibe says we are ready. That's good. That's good. All right. So tonight we are going to be learning about mastering our brand storytelling for business growth. Now, one thing that we have started with in the incubation program is to begin to teach you how to position your business as a brand, as a global brand, right? And we are building upon what we have learned on Saturday to actually take it a step further. And that's what we are going to be doing all through this week, because we don't just want to leave you there. You are in for more. You are in for more. If you thought that the last session was everything, then you got it wrong. There's so much more coming your way. So you better grab your notepad, remove every distraction your way. And remember, this is not the time for you to do anything. I always say that anything that wants to take your time away from the Seller Smart Incubation Program is your number one enemy. So you have to give this your 100% attention. In fact, I would say give this your 1000% attention, right? Your business deserves the 1000% attention you give to this program, right? So who is ready? Right? Declutter says, can't wait to. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So tonight we are bringing an industry expert. She's a social media strategist. And when we say someone is an expert, that means that this person has honed their craft. They know what they are saying. They know what they are doing. They are not just talkers, they are doers. And that is who we have tonight. Her name is Mrs. Fowora Ajayi Bunmi. And so you want to listen to everything that she's going to teach us tonight. I'm also here ready with my notepad and my pen, ready to pen down a lot of insights that are going to be coming my way. And I believe that you're already getting set for that, because we are going to be asking you questions. So you don't want to miss out on anything. Sparkle Vicky says my business is already global. I love that. I love the affirmation. Yes, keep saying that. All right. So get ready. We're about to bring up our guests. Who is excited? Who is excited? Come on now. I want to see your excitement. I want to see your excitement. Yes, we have our facilitator for tonight in the room. Well done, well done. So welcome, ma'am. Good to have you on board. We are glad to have you, and we can't wait to glean from all the insight that you're going to be sharing with us tonight. So without further ado, we leave the floor open for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I hope we can all hear me. If you can hear me, kindly type in the comment section so I can know you can hear me. So it's so good to be here, and I want to say congratulations to everyone that is in this incubation program. I want to say congratulations to you. As in, one thing is for the fact that you are in Nigeria, like you're a business owner in Nigeria, and you're still pulling through, is a big congratulations. And now you are in Seller Smart Incubation Program. That's double congratulations to you. I would appreciate if you can show yourself some love in the comment section. Well, my name is Fowora Ajayi Bumilola. I am a social media strategist. So I do not only help business to get social on all social media platforms. I also help businesses to connect to their audience, their customers, tell their stories, and use every means possible to connect to their customers and audience. So it's so good to have you here, and I can see that almost like everyone here as business owners, you are willing to go global, and going global means you're going to be spreading your brand story out there. You're going to be sharing your brand story to as many people as possible. So, without wasting much of our time, I would like us to get straight into business of today, which is um, let me share my screen, and I'll appreciate if we can see that. Okay, yes, fantastic. Thank you very much. So today we're going to be talking about brand storytelling for entrepreneurs. So it's going to be in two phases, two sections, but two in one. So it's like you having two in one pack for today. So it's going to be a fantastic one. So brand storytelling for entrepreneurs, how to craft and communicate a powerful brand narrative that attracts your customers. So the first part is going to be personal branding for entrepreneurs, how you communicate your brand story to attract customers. And the second one is the power of brand telling and brand storytelling. So how do you craft a compelling brand narrative that connects with customers? I remember I was fortunate to be a part of the last facilitator. That's Dr. Tinu, and she did so well with the business branding. And I must say that at some point she was like, oh, she would love to speak more about personal branding for entrepreneurs more than business branding. It's really fascinating to know that if as an entrepreneur you put yourself out there as a brand on your own, like everybody, actually we are all brands. We not putting ourselves out there is what we are not like is what we are not pushing out. We need to push ourselves out as personal brand so that people get to know us, get to know our brand story, get to connect with us. Because one thing I want us to understand is that most people that sell today, they sell all because like if you see business owners that sell today, entrepreneurs that sell today, and we envy them, they sell because they've sold themselves. They've made people to connect with them, connect with their story in a very relatable way. So, and that cuts across the power of brand storytelling. So if you have one or two business owners that you look out for out there, and you're wondering how are they doing it, is it not more than to show up on social media? It is actually more than showing up on social media. It cuts across you selling yourself as a brand for people to trust you enough and to patronize you. So let's start off with personal branding for entrepreneurs. What exactly is personal branding? So I'll move to the next slide so we can see what personal branding is. So personal branding is actually how you communicate your brand story to attract customers. It's a way people get to see you. Like when you leave a room, what part of you did you leave there? So personal branding is the way people remember you, how they remember you. Like when you are not in that space, how do they remember you as a brand? If I mention two brands today, if I mention two brands now, I'm very sure you say, oh, I know that person. And the funny thing is that most of them are not, might not even be like the social kind of person. I always tell people, you as a business owner, you can be introvert in your space, but when it comes to selling online, you have to carry your business on your head. Like there's nothing like being an introvert on social media. If I ask you now that do you know Vicky James, you say, oh yes, I know Vicky James, she's a celebrity. But I would like to tell you that before she got to that space, she was once a fashion designer, before she started selling her own personal brand out there. And today we can, like, if you're lying down and they're waking and say, oh, do you know that lady that sells, or mention three fashion designers in Nigeria, her name will definitely pop up because she has sold herself so well for people to trust her. So it's the way you present yourself that's that's your personal brand. Like, it's the way people reason, like the way people trust you, the way they refer you, that's the way they will buy from you. Like, people always love to buy from people they like. Sometimes, like, they might not even need the product, but because they like you, oh, they like what you do online, oh, I would like to patronize this person. I've been in that space before, and I'm still in that space. I would say, oh, because I like this person, I want to have their product in my space, not because I actually need that thing, but because, oh, I really like the way the person has presented their story, and they presented themselves as a brand. So the first benefit of personal branding is trust. Trust bring more sales. People buy from those they trust. Let's be sincere. It's definitely when I can trust that person enough. And how do people trust you? Is because they can relate with you, they can relate with your story. I know a lady online, her name is Tomike Adeoye. Like, I can literally mention when Tomike Adeoye got married, when her husband proposed to her, where her former name before she got married, when she had her first kid and second kid. She sold her personal brand so well. She sold her personal brand so well that by the time she was coming out to say, oh, she's the co-founder of Malia Air, everybody were shocked. We're all shocked. She sold her personal brand first, and at the point where she was coming out to say, oh, I am the brand owner of Malia Air, sales was double, it was times two. At first, people thought, oh, she was an influencer for the brand. Funny to know that she was actually the owner, the co-owner of the brand. So when customers know your story, they feel safe with you. No matter how much you want to call the price, like, name it, they are ready to buy because they believe that, oh, we're buying quality from this person. I could remember when Tomika was putting out her brand Malia Hair. People were like, "Oh, if you go to other vendors online, it is actually cheaper." Yes, people, we know it's cheaper, but we trust this one more. We trust that the fact that, okay, if we are buying from her, we are buying value. That is the benefit of personal branding. The second benefit of personal branding is visibility. Visibility brings in more opportunities. Who would have thought that the likes of Chef T, for example, yes, she's a chef, but do you know the number of partnership, collaborations? I'm very sure. I hope we know all these examples I'm giving, so that I'm not giving examples we can not easily relate with. I would like to know if I'm giving examples we can easily relate with. So, um, this visibility have really helped them. Have really helped Chef T, for example, to gain a lot of collaborations. I saw her recently sharing her being signed up with a water producing company in Nigeria. So what am I saying in essence? When we push ourselves out, you get to see other businesses want to partner with you because you have an authority in your space. You are like an authority in that space because you have pushed your brand out. You have pushed yourself out as a personal brand, not just as, oh, I produce organic cream, or, oh, I produce organic foodstuffs. Oh, I sell t-shirts. I produce fantastic footwears. That is not what people want to connect with. They want to connect with your struggle. They want to connect with your story. They want to connect with everything about you. People want to feel connected. They want to have that sense of belonging. One funny thing about us in Nigeria is that we are emotionally connected. We connect to people emotionally to the point where, like, we've never met the person before. We'll be fighting for the person when person is being dragged online. That's how funny we can be in this country. So when we come out as many times as possible as a personality, posing yourself as a brand, it will really help you at the point where you are now pushing out your business, your products. People will be able to easily connect with you. They feel like they just have that bond with you. They have that bond, and it also helps with customer retention. From them connecting with you as a brand, they get to patronize you, then they get to even refer you. And before you know it, you're building a community, a connection that creates loyalty. People get to trust you so well. Before you know it, you have a community. Tomika is called Oloriabi. She's not just called Oloriabi because she's posting online, because she now have family members from different part of the country. And it wasn't like, oh, she was going to all those places to say, oh, this is what I do, or this is what I sell. No, she was putting herself out there, sharing her story, sharing her lifestyle, and at the same time, she was getting collaborations, and everybody were rejoicing and celebrating with her. Even when she's having a down time, people are always there. So that is what it does for us when, as business owners, when you come out and say, oh, this is my experience with my business. This is how I started my business. Even maybe you went to the market, you had a challenge with the market, or you share on social media platform. You get people to connect with you. They sympathize, they rejoice, and all that. It helps to create that customer retention. Then the last one is the next one actually is authority. People see you as an expert. They don't see you as a seller. They see you as an expert. When they have challenge in that particular thing you share, like they are very quick to come and to come to your DM, to come to your space and say, oh, please, I have a challenge. Can you help me out in this? Oh, I can see you are good with this. Can you help me out with this? Before you know, they start patronizing, they start coming to you for help. Then you become an authority in that space. So people don't just buy, okay, I'm selling soap, then they buy soap. No, they are buying your story, they are buying your spirit. What energy are you bringing to the table? What energy are you bringing to their space? I can remember growing up, like I lived in a space where we have all these provision stores. Before you enter your estate, you have provision stores around that you buy from this, you buy from that. Growing up, because there was this particular woman, she's an elderly woman, but whenever she wants to call me by name, she has this pet name for me. I'll leave every other store and I'll go to buy from her. If she does not have that thing, I'll ask her, mommy, when are you going to have? Or because when I go to her, she's going to hype me. She's going to give me, as in she's going to hype me, and like I'll be so happy. What am I saying in essence? Like that spirit, that energy she gives me every time I go to buy from her made me to always go back there. Other people will have what I want to buy. I won't go to them. So that's what customer retention does. It like they are buying your story and your spirit. So for personal branding, your face is your logo. Yes, your face is actually your logo when you are selling yourself out as a personal brand. Your face is actually your logo. Your voice is your advert. Yes. So there's nothing like I'm an introvert. Surprisingly, you'll be surprised that, oh, this same person that is speaking to you right now as Fowora Ajayi, I'm also digital fab, and I'm literally coming out here as digital fab, because if you meet Fowora Bumilola outside, I might not be able to express myself this much. But as a social media strategist, I need to talk. I need to share strategies that would help business owners to gain that visibility as many times as possible, to gain that authority in their space as many times as possible. So there's nothing like, oh, I can't talk, or I'm shy. That does not work in the social space. For especially if you want to put yourself out as a personal brand, and knowing fully well that as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you need people to connect with that part of you, your story. So when they connect with that story, selling will not be difficult for you anymore, and your life is your content. You don't need to think of, oh, what content should I post. When it comes to personal branding, everything is content. Everything is content. As much as you have a tone you want to put out there, you don't want to be controversial, because as a business owner you have to be very careful. You don't want to be controversial, so you wouldn't want to overshare. So when I mean everything is content, things that relate to why they will still need to come buy from you. For example, I was using Vicky James earlier. Vicky James was, when I read her story, Vicky James started off as a not even as a fashion designer. She wanted to be an hairdresser. She found her way into fashion designing, And she started sewing first, even before putting herself out as a personal brand. So I could remember someone asking question the last time, and they were like, "Oh, am I to put myself out as a personal brand first, then start my business branding?" It can go like there's no one size fits all. Whatever works for you. So you started your business now does not mean you cannot start your personal branding now. And when she came out, she put out her content, one as a fashion designer, two as a wife, and number three as Abba's daughter, as a church girl. So whichever one you want to choose, you have the content there. If you criticize her for being what's it called, the fashion designer, and still criticize her for being what's it called, a wife, you will not want to criticize her spirituality. So your life is your content. They go hand in hand when it comes to personal branding, but you do not want to do too much because you need to save some part. Like you actually do not want to share every part of you, so you don't get too vulnerable to your audience. And I would like you to ask yourself a question: if your product is taken away today, will people still follow you and value you? If your answer is yes, that means your personal branding is working. If your product is taken away from social media today, for example, would people still follow you or value you? If your answer is no, I would like to say congratulations for being part of this incubation program, because this is where you are going to be starting off your story actually. This is where you're going to be starting off your story. So when you're being given a task during this incubation program and you've done your task, maybe they said, "Oh, go and post this on your business page." Just do well for yourself and still carry your camera and say, "Oh, as a business owner, I joined this incubation program, and this was what I learned today. I learned this, I learned this, I learned this." That is the journey people want to relate with. They'll be like, "Oh, wow, this business owner is like," it is a content to them. Oh, you are beginning to improve yourself. To you are strategically putting yourself out to for product for personal branding, but nobody knows. To them, they feel like, okay, you're sharing a journey of how you're improving yourself. So if the person I'm patronizing or I want to patronize is beginning to improve themselves in this way, I think I want to sit down here and enjoy more. All right. So you need to be clear about what you do and who you help. I shared earlier. I said after the task, do well to always go to your social media space. So you need to be actually clear, very clear about what you do and who you help. So if someone sees your profile or they hear your name, they should instantly understand what you are about. So you have to know that, okay, I sell spices. How can my customer describe my business in one sentence? Not that, oh, that woman sells spices. Rather, it should be that woman really help we married women get spices easily. For example, I'll put myself as an example. I really do not like to take chemical formulated stuffs. I love organic products a lot. And I always like to know what's the origin of this thing I'm eating, what's the origin of this thing I'm taking, which is very important to me. So if I get to meet someone that sells spices today, I would not say, "Oh, that woman sells spices to me." Rather, say, "Oh, that woman is a woman that really helps me to curb this problem of going to the market and not having the right choice of spices to use in my house." Now I can confidently say that yes, what I eat, I know the source of what I eat. I know the source of what my family members take. So that it should be clear enough. If you're putting yourself out there based off your personal branding, it should be very clear. Let people understand what you are about, and it's going to be basically of how you are helping them solve their problem. Yes, whatever product people buy, they buy it based off how you are helping them solve your problem. They solve their problem actually. People connect with real people, not robots. So you have to be real. You have to share your journey, which was the reason why I said, don't just go and put the flyer. Okay, they've given us assignment, they've given us the task, then I want to put up the flyer and let Seller Smart see that I put up my flyer, I've tagged them. Oh, that 2 million must not pass me. Oh, that is not what you're learning here. You are learning as in you're learning how to post yourself out there as a personal brand. So let people connect with you, be real. This is the reason why I'm starting this journey with Seller Smart. I want to learn how to put myself out there. People connect, people as in one beautiful thing about people is that they love to connect with us as human. When people don't like to connect with robots, share your wins, share your struggles, talk about your challenges while doing your business. In your everyday to day life, talk about your challenges. You can come up online and say, okay, when I started this business, this was how I started. This is where I am here. This was what helped me. Or this is the challenge I'm having. That was why I joined. That was why I had to be as in I joined Seller Smart incubation program. And fortunately for me, I was picked. This is what I want to gain out of this space. You'll be surprised how people will connect with you with that authenticity because you are authentic at that point. And that would also keep you going because you now have what you're sharing. Even if you lost 100K, even if you lost money, I heard some people lost money to CBEX, a Ponzi scheme earlier. If we have people that are good with personal branding, they will come and share their story. They will share their story and they will definitely mention how they would not even put themselves into that situation again. So others will not fall victim. It was even after that situation when people were sharing their story that some people were like, oh, we didn't even know about this. We didn't even know that this happened. Yes, I got to know via Twitter. So it's something people would love to learn. Other people in your industry, when they get to understand that some person might even be going through that same struggle. So when you are sharing, as in they get to want to know more, connect with you more. They want to connect with you more. Also, be where your audience are, know where they are. There's no point building your personal brand everywhere. If your customers are on WhatsApp, Instagram, or even in the physical market, please be there. I'll say be there. I know it's going to be like a struggle for you as a business owner. I want to go to the market to get my supplies. I want to look for customers. At the same time, I want to make deliveries. How do I get logistic company to sort me to do this? That? See, I'm very sure you know what Seller Smart is all about. What Seller Smart does. So I think you have to take that of your struggle and focus on how to sell yourself as a brand personally, not even your brand now. Coming out to sell yourself as a brand, connecting with real people, let them connect back with you. That is very, very important. Know where they are and connect with them. Give value before selling. So while you're looking out for give value before you sell. It's very important. I get to find it difficult at some point when I try to when I see some product. Probably I'm looking for a product online, and I get to like, oh, check through Instagram, and I'm seeing the product, but I'm not seeing how to use the product. I'm not seeing of what benefit the product is to me. I'm definitely going to. I'm definitely not going to buy that product.
All right. She's going to be back shortly. Just the class is already getting so intense, and I know that you're already beginning to take a lot of insight from this session while we wait for her to join us back. All right, so just I've been saying, I've been checking the comment section, and I see that a lot of people are really sharing their insights. So I just want you to give me 2 or 3 things that you have learned so far. Give points, 2, 3 points that you have learned so far. I'm checking the comment section for the most active and the most amazing insights. All right. And I'm going to be giving out bonus points for those who share their insights. So I'm waiting for you to share 3 things that you've learned so far from this session. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. 3 things. You have to share 3, not 1. I'm waiting for 2 people that are going to do that. Share 3 things that you've learned so far. Utibe says trust is one benefit of personal branding. How is that beneficial? I believe the way she explained it, I want to see how you are going to begin to apply it. Tom Declutter says your life is your content. I want to see beyond what she said, what have you learned? What have you learned? That's what I want to hear. Yes. Jella Petra Farm says, I learned that people are not just buying your product, they are buying your story and your spirit. Yes, amazing. Very, very good. Very good. Adelabu says, when customers know your story, they feel safe with you. Amazing. Exactly. You are building trust, right? So, Ecologist says that your life is your content. I'm waiting for Israel, right? Be real. Yes. Be real. I love how Israel is breaking it down. That's exactly what I want to say. So, I want you to share 2 more insights. Share 2 more insights, then we are good to go. Be real, not perfect. Talk about your challenges and not pretense. That's exactly what I'm waiting to see. That's exactly what I want to hear. Be real and not pretend. People connect with authentic people. They connect with you when you are being real, when you are relatable, because we are all human. So you appeal to their emotions. You are not just trying to fake things. We've moved from the era of faking it to fake it to make it. People are now building their brands around authenticity. They want to see how original and how real you are. So that's really, really powerful. Right? That's really powerful. Right. And Precious is saying that I learned how people stay with your brand if they feel a certain emotional connection because they know your story. That's very, very good. That's exactly what personal branding is all about. And from some of the examples and insights she has already begun to share with us, you can see that what's working for these brands that we are talking about today is basically because they connect with the emotions of people. Yes, she's back now, so we can continue our session. Right. Please, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, ma.
All right. So I'm going to list the people that won this challenge. I'm just going to give out two points to the 2 people that I've seen that really, really learned something, that their insights are really catchy. So you can have the floor now.
All right. I'm so sorry for the network. Really sorry. So, like I was saying earlier, uh, don't just post products and prices and move on. Don't assume that your customers, like people you want to sell to, don't assume that, oh, is it not what they're looking for, so is here. Like, don't make it look like you're even doing them a favor. Rather, educate people why they need to purchase that product, especially for most of us that are into Nigerian, like that are into indigenous brands, products that sell indigenous brands, that you are the one that create this brand, this product yourself. It is very important you educate people as many times as possible, so they see your brand as an alternative to what they would buy on the shelf, or what they want to avoid. Let them have the understanding, educate them as many times as possible. If you sell juices and organic juice and like smoothies and oh, don't assume that, oh, they know the importance of smoothie. Now I'm selling, so they need to come to buy. No, let educate people as many times as possible the benefits. What are the things you're putting in there, and how are they beneficiary to that person, to those your audience, your customers? Inspire people, entertain them. So come up with content that would push this out as many times as possible. Let them feel like they're gaining something from you. Not that, oh, like you are, like you need them. Don't make it look like you need them. Make it look like they need you. They're gaining something from you. Like, oh, if I don't buy this thing, I'm doing myself. So when we educate them, when we inspire our customers, at the same time entertain them, it gives people to want to connect with us, buy from us, because we've given as many value as possible. Now they see like their life depends on it. You can share quick how to use this, how to style this. Don't just say, oh, this abaya is for 1,500, this abaya is for 10,005, this abaya is for 100,000. How do you style it? Go as far as dressing up and styling that outfit, not just putting it out there. Where you style it and the person see themselves in it, they see that, okay, yeah, this looks good on me. Sometimes we see a lot of what I ordered, no, like not even what I ordered, like this fashion designing issue where people get to order, and yeah, what I ordered versus what I got actually, and at the end of the day, the dress is not well fitted. If you observe very well, if the fashion designer is really good, people will say that, no, you are the one that didn't pick the an outfit that fits your size. You are the one that didn't pick an outfit that fits your size, because this fashion designer did well. So you, as a fashion designer, or you are into fashion products, you are to educate your customers. You have to teach them how to pick the right size for their body type. If you're a curvy person, this is what will look good for you. Like, even when you're styling the outfit, you show it to them. You let them know that, oh, this outfit will look good in this size, or we have it in different sizes, or this will look perfect for this particular set of people. So all this are what will get people to connect with you more. They're like, okay, I get value from here. Before I buy, this person even guide me on what will look good on me. I would not just buy, and at the end of the day, I dump it at home. So personal branding is not for celebrities, because I'm very sure will be like, no, now the celebrities that show off, they're the ones that put up what's it called, cameras and all that. No, they started off because they want to show themselves as a brand. Before people started recognizing them and now collaborating with them and now inviting them to programs to come and speak, to come and educate others. They did start off as celebrities. So it's for everyone for everyone who wants to be known, trusted, and remembered in business. Everyone that wants to be known, trusted, and remembered in business, you need to come out there, put your face out. You are the face of your business. In Nigeria, people don't just buy from brands. They buy from people they like and they trust. They buy from people they like and they trust. So that is the summary of how to be how to come up with your personal branding as an entrepreneur. So the power of brand storytelling. Yes, I want to come out as a brand, as a personal brand. I want to share value. I don't want to come out selling. Like, I don't want to sell my product first. I want to educate people. But there's a part of you, there's a brand narrative that needs to be compelling, that connects with customers. I remember the last time Dr. Tinu came on board. She mentioned that your brand name should tell a story. She was like, when she's asking you, when she's saying, okay, why do you use this name? You should have a story behind that name. You should do what? You should have a story behind that name. My name is Fowora Ajayi Bumilola, but my brand name is Digital Fab. Why did I use Digital Fab? Truly, Fab is Fowora Ajayi Bumilola, but I am just one of those people that by the time we want to fill our name, maybe for bank registration, we always occupy the old space. And I know that my name might be difficult for a lot of people to remember. I'm like, okay, if I want to sell myself as a brand, number one, when I'm mentioning my name, it should be very easy for people to remember. They say, oh, a lady came here, her name is Fab. Compared to a lady came here, her name is Fowora Ajayi Bumilola. It is too long. Then the digital part is, yes, I work in the digital space, which come together to form my brand name. So when you want to start telling your brand story, you start off with your name. You literally have to start off with your name. So your story begin with your reason, your why. Why did you start the business? Why exactly did you start your business? Funniest thing is that a lot of people connect with when they understand why you do what you do. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Oh, I started off with formulating hair product for natural organic hair product for natural hair customers, because when I started off my hair, or when I started growing my daughter's hair, her hair was not growing and I didn't want to use chemicals for her hair. I started so I created this formula and I started using it in her hair, and her hair started growing. And before you know it, now is a old chunk. Her hair is now soft. Her hair is not hard. People want to know what was the frustration about it, or what was the passion. Oh, I love cooking a lot. I love to give my family a lovely meal. I don't want to feed my kids with junks. That's why I go extra mile to get food stuff organically, process them organically, and that is why I have my yam flour processed. I have my plantain flour processed. People want to connect with that passion. Oh, because I don't like taking soft drink. I love mixing drinks together, and everyone is taking lovely drink. That is why I go extra mile to produce what I produce. I love fashion so well, and I still want to merge it with Nigerian culture. That's why I'm going towards this channel of fashion designing. That is your passion. Then we have the survival story. Ah, after COVID, I lost my job. Then I told myself, where are you going to start off again with your life? What do I need to do with my life? That is the reason why I started this business. You need to share that part of your story, the reason why, your what is your why. People want to know. So we have numerous examples. I'd like you to share what was the reason why you started your business? Did you just wake up one morning and say, okay, it seems as if Madam Titi is making money from this business. Let me to start it. If that's the reason why, that is not your vision. That is not your story. That is another person's story. I think they are making money in this space. I think I want to enter there. That is not your vision. That is not your story. But if your story is based off the struggle of survival, like, okay, I think this is a source of income. I need to learn more about this. I don't want to be poor. I want to make a living out of something. Those are the survival stories that a business owner should have to be able to share. So we have this three-part storytelling formula. One, the struggle. The struggle is very important. What was the challenge before the business? What was your challenge before the business? Are you coming off from you love it, it is your passion, or you're coming off from you had a challenge and you're trying to solve a problem, or you're coming off from I just want to survive. That was why I started this business, and surprisingly, I am here today. I would like to ask us this question: if we know Vicky James' story, or okay, let me give a like a bit of Vicky James' story. Vicky James lived in Ajayi. She lived in a face me I slap you environment. That was exactly the same way she shared it. That was the same way I'm sharing it. And she was living with her parents. Vicky James started off by learning how to like at first her passion was hairstyling, but fortunately she started learning fashion designing, and that led her to going to where the A-list are living, and now she's part of that community. Like, who can tell me what the challenge was for her before the business? Was it based off passion? Was it based off she solving a problem, or was it based off survival? I'd like to see in the comment section what was exactly like using Vicky James' story. What do you think was a challenge before a business? Okay, I think I can't see the comments now, but I believe we are sharing for like our struggle was survival first off. I remember when she was sharing it, so she said a pastor told her mom that this girl is the one that will bring you out of poverty. Survival. She didn't go and learn because she loved it. She loved hairdressing. But survival, we must not die poor. We must not die poor. And how did the solution start? She started learning, and now she has the result. So what's the spark? What inspired the change and the big breakthrough moment? That's another thing you should ask yourself. Those are the formula of storytelling. After she shared her struggle, oh, I got into this space. Then I begin to push myself out. That's her breakthrough story. Oh, her breakthrough story was when she left where she was to fit in into the community she is now. That is her breakthrough story. That's not even her success story yet, but that was her breakthrough story. Her success story is how people are benefiting from her business now. That is her success story, not the money she's making. Not the money she's making. Like, she had that confidence so well that when she showed Iyabo Ojo's daughter's wedding gown, the lady was literally wearing the wedding gown for the first time after the testing, after the fittings rather. She was literally wearing it for the first time on her wedding day. That's how much she's confident in herself, and that's how much her customers are trusting her enough. So the success story comes from when people start benefiting from you, from your services, from your products. Then they are giving the review, they are giving the remarks. They're saying, "Oh, when I started using this spice, since then I've not had headaches. I always have this consistent headache, but now I don't have headaches anymore. Since I started using this spice, I've used a lot of things just to get fit and firm. But since I started using this particular brand spice, I don't have issues with getting fit anymore. I now eat healthy and I'm fine." Until your customers start giving that review about you, and you're beginning to use that story back into your branding. That's until when you are successful as a business owner. So those are the three storytelling formula. You sharing your struggle, the challenge you faced before the business, and how your solution started. Some person might still be in the struggle phase now, and Seller Smart Incubation Program might be the solution. Definitely is the solution. So, like, that is your solution is starting off now. When you now start implementing all you're being taught, and you're seeing the change, and you're seeing this change in your business, then your breakthrough moment begin to open up. Or at the point where you get to you get to win the 2 million, and you invest it in your business, and boom. Well, some persons, it might be the mentorship, that is all they needed, and boom, It might be having your product on Seller Smart platform, and boom, you begin to tell your breakthrough story. It inspires the change, and you're now in the breakthrough moment. And before you know it, people start telling your story for you, start sharing what they're benefiting from your business. And you are also sharing what life is now. Now I don't struggle with selling my products. I can be I can go for vacation with my family, and I'm not scared of what is going to happen to my business, because I am sure that no, it's in safe hands. My customers are getting the products, and at the same time I am doing fine wherever I am. So I have few examples here. The struggle. Some persons could say, "Oh, I used to have terrible acne, and I tried everything." Yes, that was even the story of Ife. I don't know if we know the Ife diary of a Nigerian lady, or a Nigerian girl, or diary of a Nigerian lady. Now she has a product, a brand, and she started off with personal branding. Now she has a brand, and her situation started off from terrible acne, terrible skin issues. She tried everything, it was not working. And she started her own formulation. I've tried her product before, and it was fantastic. Like, I didn't even care about the price because I was getting value for the money. And even now, I think she has a community. So, what is the spark? The spark could be at that point where you start using those stuffs and it's working. And it's working. The success is when people start noticing. And when they start noticing, they're saying, okay, I would love to have for myself. And before you know it, they're also sharing the good story. So I believe with all this that is being shared, you will be able to craft out your own story. You'll be able to craft out the story. So when you're sitting down that, okay, I want to start pushing out my personal brand, you would know what to share, you know how to share, so that people get to have the connection with you, because the connection is what will help with loyalty, and they get to trust you. And by the time you're speaking about your brand, you are not even selling anymore. You're not even struggling to sell anymore. All you just do is, okay, like you make it look like you're like they'll say that you are even doing them a favor by sharing, by saying, oh, go so link and purchase. Don't talk about your success, let others do that for you. All you need to talk about is how you got there. That's all they want to hear from you. How you got there, how did you get there? Let people follow your growth. That's why I said, start. If you are in the struggling phase, start sharing your story from now. They want to show the journey, not the destination, not when you're already there. Start it now. Start putting yourself out as a personal brand, so that people go the journey with you. Share those humble beginnings, share the struggle and the win along the way. There are quite a lot of persons that say, I started off from my apartment. I started off from the back of my car. Like, a lot of stories like that. A lot. And some people are still in that space. Then put your customers at the center of your story. So your brand shouldn't be just about you. Yes, we get it. You're sharing the struggle. Yes, we get it. You're sharing the challenges. But make sure that as you're sharing, let that part of them be visible. Let them see themselves in that you're sharing. Let them see how you are solving their problem. That is why we said you should be educating, you should be inspiring, and you should be entertaining them. Show how that product and service can make their life easier or better. My baby's hair was having this issue, and I had sorted it out with this product. Then they can view themselves in that space. Oh, I know I have a 4C or natural hair, and my hair if I put comb inside it, it's like me and comb, we are struggling, we are fighting. I think I need this product to help my life. Let them see themselves in your story, at the center of that story. Let your customers see, and also share your customer stories too. So let your satisfied customers do the storytelling for you. When they share testimonials, don't just post the testimony. Okay, somebody send an SMS to you, you share it, bam. No, no. Rather, put up your camera and said, this particular lady, show the screenshot in your video and say, oh, this lady, she joined my class with zero knowledge of how to do this. She when she messaged me, she had a huge struggle with her hair. She mentioned this as a struggle, mentioned this as a struggle, mentioned this as a struggle. And I told her not to worry. Bring out your product. I said this was what she used. She used this, she used this, she used this. And yeah, this is what she's saying. They can see the message on the screen of the video, and you're still reading that from your phone. Don't just, oh, customer review, you put it there, flyer, bam. Share video. Share. Those are the ways you're putting out yourself. There is no introvert on social media. You have to make your personal branding as social as possible. You might not even put it up or talk. You can put it up there. You can put a screenshot there. Dance to a trending song. Do a POV. There are quite a lot of ways we can put out ourselves as a brand. At the same time, putting our customers, sharing our customer stories. Your story is your brand. If you don't tell it, someone else will. And the funny thing is, they will not even tell it the right way. They won't tell you the way you are going to communicate it, because they're not the ones feeling your pain. Just the same way I said earlier, I was like, if the reason why you started your brand was because you saw Madam Chichi or Madam Toyin doing well in the hair business, or she's selling spices, and you say, okay, I think there's money here. If you don't share your story right, which is your brand, someone else will, and they will not tell it the right way. People don't just buy product, they buy meaning, the mission, how relatable it is. That is what they buy. That is what they buy. So your business page should not just show, it should not just be all about products. You go to some people's business page, you go to their feed, they can't even differentiate their personal page from their business page. Everything is just jam-packed. Everything is just all together. Then we can't even differentiate between, oh, is this your personal brand or you're just selling to us? So you should have a page as a business owner that speaks about your business. Then you should have another page that speaks about your personal brand. You as a person ready to share value, ready to solve people's problem, ready to educate them, inspire them, and entertain them. Then in your profile, in your bio, then you can put that, okay, I'm building this, so that when they click, then they go to where, like, it's just like, oh, you are meeting the founder of Coca-Cola. When you're meeting, though we don't know them, okay, let me just use for example, if you go to I'm trying to look for a business owner's page. Yes, even Vicky James. There's a part of Vicky James page that is strictly what's it called, a fashion brand, and there's a part of her that share her story as a wife, where she's cooking, she's doing all sorts. It's not the same page. If you go on Tomike Adeoye's page, there's a part of her that talk about her as a personal brand, those she's collaborating with. And there's another page entirely for Malia Air. So don't mix it together. Don't mix it together. Have like your page, and even for the fact that it is a business page, don't do all products from the first to the end. I'm just scrolling, I'm seeing products. Okay, where's the face of the owner of this brand? There should still be a part of you that is giving value even in your business page. There should be a part of you in your business page. This spice, this is what it works for, not you slapping the picture of the spice to our face. Speak about that spice. This is what it is for. This is the importance. This is it. You're using it. You're putting it in your while you're cooking. You're putting it in the dish you're cooking. Then what platform do your customers hang out the most? Where are they? You can't be everywhere. Where are they? So you should know where your customers are, so that when you are telling the story, you won't only have crickets. You won't only have silence. You have people that can relate to you. And this is one of the strategies when we're telling our story. This is one of the strategies. If they are on TikTok, go there. If they are on Instagram, go there. But you don't have to be everywhere. It is very, very important. So I'll be rounding up on these notes. We have to know how to share our story. We have to know the power of brand storytelling. It's very important. So while we're pushing ourselves out there as a personal brand, we have to know what story to share. So it goes hand in hand. It helps us to communicate our brand story well to attract customers. It is very important. Thank you very much.
What a very insightful session this has been. Wow, 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 wow. Your personal brand is your life. It's your content. Your voice, your face is your logo, your voice is your ad, your life is your content.
Yes.
Wonderful. So much value. Thank you so much for this very, very insightful session. And I trust and believe that we are going away differently from how we started, right? You can
Mm.
see that from everything that we have been learning about branding so far, we have been building layer upon layer. And now, talking about personal branding, with the examples that our facilitator has shared with us tonight, they are so much relatable. And you can already see how personal branding is helping their business position better to the audience, because they are connecting more with their audience. They know where these people are and they are sharing their story, because people want to share with they want to connect with real people. All right. So thank you so very much for this session. Right. So I'm going to wait for our questions. I believe that we will have questions already. I've been checking the comment section and I can already see that people are already asking how to do this, how to do that. So please drop your questions while our facilitator is waiting to answer those questions. We'll be taking 2 questions now because of our time, right? But if you have more questions, you can always drop it within the WhatsApp community and we'll be sure to attend to those questions. So thank you so much. I'm waiting for those questions. But while we are waiting for those questions, I want you to hit me back with some of the insights that you have already been learning. Like this is a $25 masterclass. Trust me, what you are getting from the Stellar Smart Incubation Program, if you were to pay for this, I'm sure we'll probably have to empty our bank account, sell some other things, and sell this and sell that. But this is coming to you for free. And I just want you I want us to appreciate Stellar Smart for this great opportunity that has been brought your way. And I want you, one way to always show gratitude for this kind of value is to always make use of what you are learning. Make use. So, okay, Yutibe has a question, and she's saying, how about in the process of telling your story, how you started, the audience uses that as memes, mock you or sabotage you? How do you handle that? I believe you understand the question. So she's saying that probably in the process of telling your story, that the audience
Yeah.
begins to mock you. Some people see it as, shame, or they use it to sabotage you. How do you handle that? All right.
Okay. Thank you very much. I believe that like you have your audience, and your audience will not mock you. If there's anyone that's going to use your story against you, that is not your audience. Your audience will connect with you so well because that is the same thing they have gone through, and they want to know more. They want to learn. They want to know why you have gotten to where you are today. Your audience that want to get better and know your success story, like, as in they want to journey with you, they would not mock you. If they do, they are not part of your audience. Okay, for example, I was using Vicky James earlier, and have you ever seen anyone that patronizes Vicky James mock her? She sells in millions and they're ready to invest their millions, and she has shared her story, and people have been mocking her. There was even a time someone was mocking her where she kept when she was always sharing her husband, herself and her husband and all that based off on personal branding. They kept mocking her and she was still pushing out herself. Funny thing is one of those that had to put up camera to talk about her, that she's oversharing, she's doing this. They are now sharing their themselves and their spouse. So most of them, they actually gone through that experience. But the challenge is that at the point where you are sharing, please don't focus on them. They will still come around to be a part of your community. They don't focus on them. You have your goal. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to get to where I want to get to. Just keep sharing your story. Just keep sharing your story.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And to just add a bit to what she has already shared, I believe that when you're sharing your story, just like our facilitator has already mentioned, you don't overshare, right? There are some aspects of your story that you don't put out there, right? There's a way you craft your story. So if that will connect to the right people, your audience, once you are sharing your story and because your story is basically your own journey, and there are different people that would already be in that shoe or having that same struggle, and you just tell your story that relates with those kind of people. I believe that is also going to help you know how to craft your brand story in a way that connects with with your audience. All right, so
Yeah.
thank you so much for that. There's another question here. Adeola Savage is asking that if I'm into various things, how do I build my personal brand? Do I build around myself or around the things I'm into, or all of them?
Okay. You're going to start off by building your personal brand around yourself. So there's this pillar you have for yourself. For everything you are into, you need to have a pillar. I also use Vicky James as my case study. Vicky James have she shared a brand story around fashion designing, a brand story around being a wife. I said that earlier, and a brand story about being a church girl. So what do I mean? Whatever you are into, just have like it's going to be like a pillar. And the funniest thing is it's really going to help you to have more content to share. It is you in the middle, then you have branch of several things you are into. Oh, how is this going to benefit my audience? Then you share. The only challenge you might have is if it's a business, you can't put all businesses in one space. So it's either you have it around, centered around you, then you break it into pillars. Today I'm going to talk about me as this. Another day I'm going to talk about me as this. Another day I'm going to talk about me as this. So that your audience gets to get the value from those parts of you. It's still same you as a personal brand, but like a facet of you for what you do here, a facet of you for what you do in another way, a facet of you for what you do in another way. So all coming together to become you. So I don't know if that answers your question. As a personal brand, you can, but as for business branding, you will need to focus on one particular thing so that you don't mix up your audience. But as a personal brand, you can show those parts of you as intervals. You just have them as pillars, and so one does not overcrowd the other. Yeah. So and there is clarity. Your audience get to understand everything all together and know that okay, this is this person, but in different facets. Yes.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so there's another question here by Precious Omotayo. And Precious is asking, if for some very serious issue of security, I can almost show my face online, how can I still leverage storytelling for business growth without personal branding? This question is quite interesting. All right.
Okay, this is quite interesting and it's a very serious one. Because if you say you have a serious issue based off security and you cannot show your face online, wow. Because when it comes to personal branding, you have to show your face. And in the case of storytelling for business growth, people want to know who is behind the scene. They want to see they want to see all the behind the scenes. They want to connect more with you. Like I can hardly mention a product except even for the fact that we have the likes of Coca-Colas and all, they have the face to their brands. So if you don't want to show up as the face of the brand, then you need to have someone that represents the face of the brand. A face must show that can easily relate with, connect with when it comes to the brand. You can't just show products or you just show like there should be some human feel. People like it's not like people don't like to connect with robots. They want to connect with human beings. So your business must have that human feel as many times as possible. The likes of Fanta, Coca-Cola products, all those big brands, there are faces to them. Banks, there are faces to them. So it's very, very important. So you still need to have a face to your brand to tell your story. It's very important.
All right, thank you so very much for that. So this takes us to the end of today's session. Thank you so much. This has been fantastic. This has been awesome, and we are so grateful for all the insights that you have shared. Right. So what this has taught us is understanding the power of personal branding for business growth. Without personal branding, the way and it's just a layer of what Dr. Tino Smith taught us on Saturday about brand reputation, right? So having a personal brand also builds your reputation. People want to connect with you. They want to trust your brand. And that's what our facilitator has already taught us. She started with a very powerful insight about the benefit of personal branding. People buy from people that they trust. The way you own the trust of your audience is when they connect with your story, when they know the person behind the brand. You are not just pushing out, come and buy, come and buy. And that's why a lot of businesses are not making sales, they are not growing, because you're always saying, come and buy. What value? Who is this person? Why should I buy from you? What makes you so special? What makes you so different from another person? What's your story? Why are you here? What do you have to offer me? Right? Those are the things that the audience wants to know and to hear. And that's how you connect. So thank you so much for this very powerful session. And let's get ready for another session. Tomorrow morning, we have another powerful session on how to position our brand for digital visibility. It's going to be another powerful and power-packed session. Now we are getting more practical. We are taking what we are learning and we are breaking it down so that you begin to see how you can begin to apply what you are learning to your business. So remember, we're having another session 11 a.m. tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. That's one of the most key sessions in the incubation program. So thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your evening. If you have more questions, you can always drop them in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, ma'am, for tonight. It's been amazing. And I'll be waiting for your comments and your feedback in the WhatsApp community. All right. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much.